All right, so Shams just announced the 2022 All-Stars just now for the Eastern Conference, for the Western Conference, finishing out the teams. We know the reserves. We also know one player, Draymond Green, will not be participating in it. So I'm just going to be discussing maybe if there's any snubs. Do I agree with all of them? And do I think they were deserving? So, yes, Bearded SROS is gone. We'll start with the Western Conference first, where he announced it first anyway. And it was Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Karl-Anthony Towns. I think there's about three players that I think deserve to be All-Stars, and more two than three outside of those guys, because I think they're all deserving. And I tweeted out that I think DeJounte Murray was snubbed. I mean, I kind of did it. I was upset. I'm a big DeJounte Murray fan. I wanted to see him make the All-Star game, but I believe that everybody there deserves it. I don't think there's anybody there that doesn't deserve it, so it is what it is. There's only a limited number of spots. Not everyone's going to make the All-Star team. So Booker deserving, Luka deserving, obviously. Rudy Gobert was the one that I thought, okay, maybe he missed a little bit of time, that if that was like the wild card spot where it didn't matter to the position, because there's a reason why he got in, and like you couldn't put DeJounte Murray there just because of the positions. But Rudy Gobert has been one of the best defenders in the league. Obviously, you could say he's the best defender in the league, and for some time now. So I'm very cool with Gobert getting into the All-Star game. Draymond deserving, but he will not be in it. We'll see if they're going to put a forward in it as well, or they're just going to move on. Because, like, it's funny, like, these reserves, you could say four guards. Booker, Luka, Mitchell, and Chris Paul, Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, and Donovan Mitchell, right? Four guards. And then you have two centers in Draymond Green and Karl-Anthony Towns. And then kind of one forward in Draymond Green. No, like, small forwards, even though the NBA is positionalist now. So we'll see if they're going to put a forward or guard in. If they put any position in, I think it should go to DeJounte Murray or Anthony Edwards. But if it's going to be a forward, I guess that's more Anthony Edwards. And then possibly like a Mikal Bridges. Could we see the Suns get 3 All-Stars? Because Bridges has had a phenomenal year on both sides of the ball. So that could also be somebody that could enter the All-Star game as well. I don't think Anthony Davis will meet the criteria. Definitely has the votes, but he will not be. I don't know if he'll get in. Maybe he'll be the Draymond replacement if it is a forward. And it's AD over Edwards or Bridges. I just don't know if AD's lack of playing time or just games played this year will hurt him to making this reserve spot. Because then he did tweet out that Adam Silver will choose a replacement. It's a lot on Adam Silver's shoulders, so don't mess it up. So we'll see who he ends up choosing. If I had to rank AD, Edwards, Bridges, and Murray, I mean, I would love to see Murray in it. I'm a sucker for first-time All-Stars, so anybody but AD. But if AD makes it, I mean, there's really no reason to get super upset with these unless you have, like, unless one of these players is, like, your role model, your favorite player, and you, like, really want to see them make the All-Star game. But the All-Star game, it's a fun night. Now, I hope it's the UM ending. I think it would be again. I'm not sure. But either way, the All-Star game doesn't really mean that these are the 24 best players in the league by a long shot. That's more the All-NBA teams, and I think you should count those more. We'll see if Bridges, Murray, AD, or Anthony Edwards make it. You can let me know down below if there's any other players that were possibly snubbed or you think should have had some consideration. You could say, I was a big Desmond Bane fan, but I knew he was never going to make it. I don't think he will be as a reserve unless there's like 4 reserves that don't end up playing. Like kind of going through some of the teams in my mind, I don't really see anybody else making it in the Southwest Division. Like no more Spurs outside of Murray, no Rockets, no more Mavericks, no Pelicans. Maybe Ingram could deserve some consideration. Valanciunas has been having a great year, but they're not going to make the All-Star team. And then the Grizzlies, I already mentioned Desmond Bane. You go to the Northwest Division. Shea could get some consideration also. You could look, I don't think, no other Nugget or Jazz would end up making it. No Blazers. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, like, obviously David hasn't played a lot this year anyway. And then, I don't really know, Pacific Division. Like, I already mentioned Mikal Bridges. No other AD's the other Laker. No Clippers due to games played. You're looking at the Kings. Nope, I don't think we'll see an All-Star there. And then who's the other team in that division? Oh, the Warriors. And we already saw Wiggins, Draymond, and Curry. They got 3 All-Stars. So, yeah, we'll see who ends up making it. Those are the 4. If I had to rank them, if it's by forward position, I would like to see Edwards or Bridges make it in front of AD. Because I'm a big first-time All-Star guy. I think that's the coolest part, seeing just like one player get to experience it, you know. And then now we have the Eastern Conference reserves. So we have Jimmy Butler, Darius Garland, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, Fred VanVleet. So a lot more controversy over here on the Eastern Conference side, and it's tough. There's a games played aspect to this, especially with like Jimmy Butler. Notable maybe snubs, Jaylen Brown, Jarrett Allen have been having phenomenal years. I'm very happy that Darius Garland and Fred VanVleet got in, because you can see Shams tweeting Fred VanVleet becomes the 4th undrafted player ever to be named an all-star in the modern day era. So I'm super excited for VanVleet. I'm glad if it came down to like him or Siakam, like one of those Raptors getting in, I'm glad it's VanVleet. Be a first-time all-star. And for an undrafted guy, he's got a ring, all-star game. Like, he's had a very good career so far, Fred VanVleet. LaVine, much deserving. Garland, much deserving. Harden, I mean, he's been a little bit inconsistent as of late. Started off inconsistent, but he had that stretch. And he's still, I think, deserving of making the all-star team. Jason Tatum, yeah, I don't think him and Brown were both going to get in this year, but it ends up being him. So now we're kind of looking at the, I think Chris Middleton is a tough one, because obviously he's, like, really good, right? He's been really good for a while. He's been on a good team. He's played 41 games. I mean, he's just, like, not flashy, and he's not super popular, so teams are pretty, fans are usually not upset with the Chris Middleton all-star voting, but I'm fine with it. I think he's played enough this year, obviously. He missed a little bit of time in the beginning of the year, but I'm very cool with him making it. I mean, like, if we look at Jimmy Butler, he's played 33 games, so 8 games less. He was kind of starting off to be like an MVP frontrunner in there in the way beginning of the year when it was an overreaction. So he could be a snub as well. Or I meant like Jaylen Brown would be a snub. Brown and Tatum, like, maybe Brown deserved it over like Middleton. It's not like the Bucks are like the top team in the league where they needed 2 All-Stars. I mean, Tatum's efficiency is not good, but he's had games where he's looked like an MVP guy. But like 26 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists is amazing. His just efficiency hasn't been great this year. A lot of players' efficiency has been down. So I would say like a couple other snubs, like, or I mentioned him briefly before, but Jarrett Allen I think could have definitely made into this All-Star team. Now he's been so good this year, and the second he's been better than Mobley I think this year. But like he's been the second best player on a Cavs team that is mightily overachieving from their preseason like predictions, like their win totals with Vegas and everything. So I mean, there's no like center on this bench either. It all went to forward. So it would have been cool to see Jarrett Allen make it. I mean, like, there's not a lot of great centers in the Eastern Conference, like Bam, but he's been hurt for a lot of the year. I mean, you're looking at like Vucevic, like he wasn't gonna make an All-Star team. And then I guess some other player, or like one other player, could have been LaMelo Ball. I don't know if he was a snub. I don't know who I would have put him over. I guess like Middleton might have some fatigue to him. I mean, it's tough with. Like, LaMelo's played 45 more games, 12 more than Jimmy Butler, and then Jarrett Allen has played 44. I might have picked Jarrett Allen over Middleton and or Butler. Yeah, I guess they wanted to put, like, one Heat player in. And then if we kind of just look at James Harden, I don't know if I would I guess you got to put Harden in, right? I mean, like, he probably had a huge fan vote. He's still a very popular player. I just, like, look at the efficiencies this year, and they're just, like, not great. Like, 41% from the field, 33% from 3 is well below average. But he has 8 rebounds, 22.5 points, 10 assists. And he's had some, like, crazy games. And, like, if you go back to, like, Jason Tatum, not great efficiency at all either. But a lot of players' efficiency has been down this year. Like, Jimmy Butler's efficiency hasn't been great. LaMelo Ball's efficiency wasn't, like, the best in the world. Like, there's Jimmy. Jimmy's been like, we know he's not a 3-point shooter. So, yeah, like, there was definitely more controversy in the Eastern Conference. I don't know if any of these players will end up not going. Like, maybe Jimmy Butler doesn't go. Maybe one of these players gets hurt. I don't know. And then we'll see guys that I think could be the first guys in. If there is a snub, doesn't matter by position. I think it would be like Jaylen Brown and Jarrett Allen at the top 2. And then I guess LaMelo after that. But I think it would go to Jaylen Brown and Jarrett Allen. So let me know what you guys think down below of the 2022 All-Stars. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Let me know. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.